professional liability coverage is offered to both design professionals and to contractors. However, what are the major exposure differences for each? The simple answer is that engineers and architects design things and contractors build things. If they mess up, they potentially have a professional exposure. That is way too simplistic, so let's take a deeper look using a basic commercial office building as a sample project. First, let's look at architects and engineers. In a nutshell, architects take an owner's vision and apply a wonderful combination of art and basic engineering science to create a concept for the 4-story commercial office building in our example. And then they draw basic plans and specifications. Engineers then take the conceptual plans and specs and apply engineering design skills, codes and standards, and create detailed plans and specifications for the building that can actually be constructed and placed in service. Both architects and engineers must receive higher education training in the science of design and apply the laws of physics and dynamics to design systems and structures. These designs must comply with the standard specifications or accepted state and national design codes. Architects design and set forth contracts with project owners according to the American Institute of Architects guidelines. Engineers, on the other hand, design in compliance with various codes and specs for the correct methods and materials used in a certain building or process. The codes usually are a formal document that establishes uniform engineering and technical criteria, methods, processes, and practices. Examples might be the American Institute of Steel Construction for the design of structural steel, or the American Concrete Institute for the design of reinforced concrete. Professional liability for an architect or engineer is fairly straightforward. If they fail to comply with accepted design codes or standards, if they make mistakes in the application of engineering science, or even make math errors, then it is potentially a wrongful professional act. That is, in our experience, their primary exposure. However, unlike architects and engineers, contractors have a much more nebulous exposure to professional liability. This is because contractors do not design. They simply build according to plans and specs. Each trade contractor follows accepted construction practices specific to their trade and geographic location. So what exactly is the professional liability exposures for a contractor? Some examples might include managing the budget and going over by more than 15%, managing the schedule and going over by a significant amount, construction management of the work itself, hiring competent subcontractors and overseeing their work, field decisions that vary from plans and specs and which fail, and finally, value engineering that varies from plans and specs and also fails. It is important for your architect, engineer, and contractor clients to know their craft and to understand their professional liability exposure. Too much is at risk for poor design or bad construction, such as financial loss and catastrophic failure. If you need support in placing these complex coverages, please reach out to us at RT Environmental and Construction Professional.